with it. The fish, the seas, everything will evolve and move into the fifth dimension. That's what the ascension is moving into heaven, making heaven on earth. And so it's going to be marvelous. It will be an event. We have the question, will ascension be an event or gradual? Right now, we're in between dimensions. Some of us feel like we're kind of in the fifth dimension, kind of in the third dimension, kind of in the fourth. You know, it's an interesting time. Those who are totally in the third dimension are the ones participating in the lies and everything that's going on. And we need to help them because we are the enlightened ones and we need to help the whole. So, okay, what is the next step in our ascension process? The next step is creating the DNA, and the DNA we go and regenerate our bodies with causing our DNA, our perfected DNA, to spin. You just tell your DNA to spin like Merkabas and join, contract down into pyramids, and our DNA becomes pyramids very easily. Fact is, we only have to do the thought. They found that we can turn on and off genes with our thoughts, and we can make our DNA do whatever our thought intends it to do. And so the next step is creating the perfection within ourselves with our DNA. So get your 24 strands, go on and get your 48 strands, your 96 strands, 192 strands, just keep it going, and perfecting your body through those Merkabic energies. When you spin your DNA, perfected DNA, brings in the energy of God to perfect you. And perfect your health, perfect everything within you. So it's very powerful. So the next step in our ascension process is perfecting ourselves and sending out that perfected energy. When we perfect ourselves, we're actually perfecting others. And we become more powerful in our telepathy, in our blessings, in our powers that are given to us by God. So the next step in our ascension process is to get ourselves ready for the ascension. That energy in and of itself is going to help prepare others. Okay, I think I understand that when there was an earlier time when humanity could have ascended, not many were ready. Have you or Saint Germain had an estimate of what percentage of humanity will be ready to ascend during this opportunity we will have now? We need to get 144 million of us ready for the ascension. Once we do that, the 14.4 billions, there's 7 billions of humans off planet, there's 7.4 billion here. And, we are losing some to what's going on now, but we will have that quantity of people. Right now, we're a good half towards that. We have 72 million ready. We just need to get 72 more million ready, doubling that, and then we'll have the 100th monkey effect, because 1% will be 144 million, and that will raise the rest of us. So, okay, ready to ascend during this opportunity we'll have now. Yes, very true. What is the best invocation to do? The 24 strand or another updated one? I've updated it because we need, Jesus taught when he was on the planet, Yeshua ben Joseph taught, if you ask God in my name, I will be there with you also. And when two or more of us are together, and it can be just you and Jesus, we will create greater things than the miracles that Jesus performed on earth when he was here. So you've got to remember The best invocation is just to do the 24 strand. If you don't have anything else, when you feel like you've got your 24 strands, then go on to 48 strands, then go on to 96 strands, and so forth. But just start with the 24 strand to get your body ready. Okay. And the updated one has, in the name of Jesus Christ, or Yeshua ben Joseph, however you want to say it. Okay. Yes, we can include others in this without them doing it themselves. Yes, you can. And so you can just say, I'm doing this for my entire family, my entire neighborhood, and start doing it. The importance is that we do it. And follow it with the decrees, because it puts protection around you, your family, everybody else around you. Okay, will we be living in an ascended body? Yes. Now, we are multidimensional people. So once you ascend, you can actually bilocate, just like the ascended master do, appear to the humans and help them. Not everybody is going to ascend. Only those who have the desire to ascend. God doesn't force you to do anything you don't want to do. Okay, now, and still be walking the earth in 3D. Yes, we can. We can be in 4D. We can be in 5D. Once we ascend, we can literally go to different dimensions, because we are multidimensional beings. We can bilocate, trilocate. It's amazing. Our powers will be unlimited. Can prayers and love influence clones and AI persons? Yes, it can. In fact, we can purify the clones by perfecting their DNA. The difference between a clone and the actual person is they end up not having perfected DNA. And the clones are more susceptible to different things. Now, as I've learned about the cloning process and everything about it, you take an aspect of the original person who was cloned, and that's what is inserted into the clone. And when the clone dies, that energy comes back to the original. That's why a lot of our secret space program people have all these memories. Even if they weren't there, their clone was there. When the clone dies or gets killed, the energy comes back and the memories come back to the original. And so it's, I don't want to talk a lot about the cloning, because it is not something that God creates. It's something that the humans and the draconians and others create. And it's not actually good, because it does create an imperfect being that goes out and is more angry, more mean, and kills more easily, disobeying the laws of God. So, okay, can we be martial arts, alchemists, and flip the potential of injections over? Yes, we can. We can alter them through our thoughts and asking the God energy to uncreate them. This is what we can do, and we can alter it, and instead of injections potentially activating the genes for the other things, we can uncreate it so it's not causing any trouble in their bodies. In fact, I've done this for several people and it works. Okay, can we influence that pure potential for change, instead wake up humans? Okay, now the humans junk, there's no such thing as junk DNA. The scientists call that junk DNA because they don't know what it is, but we actually have DNA that connects us to God. We have DNA that helps us be smarter. They call it junk because it's not currently activated. When you do the 24-strand DNA, you're activating all of it. And it makes you smarter, happier, more powerful, more joyous, filled with God's energy. It's amazing. And so just know we can change ourselves, and we affect others through us changing ourselves. Okay, activated for enlightenment. Yes, a lot of the genes are associated with the higher human body. So as we heal ourselves, we actually activate the junk DNA, which is not junk, it's all made by God. And the problem is we've had other DNAs inserted into us. As we do the 24-strand DNA manifestation, it gets rid of all the other DNA that wasn't created by God and makes it all God's DNA with the perfection of the cosmic, the divine cosmic children who are the keepers of the DNA, the star children. They're the keepers of the perfected DNA from God, and as we manifest the perfected DNA, they bring it into us. Okay, yes, we can enlighten ourselves, make more love, truth, compassion, joy, sharing, kindness, etc. Absolutely. What is treatment herbal protocol for recovering from the jabs? The main things I've been using is things that raise glutathione, because you remove the graphene oxide through raising phase 2 levels of detoxification in the body by raising the glutathione. And G-cell works really good. Taking glutathione works okay. You know, just doing the DNA manifestation will unmanifest everything that's in that jab. So just know that it does work. Okay. Pectin daily. Yeah, pectin's very good. Silica helps helps remove the graphene. You know why there's a silica deficiency right now is they're hiding the supplies, because silica actually helps remove the silicon chips that they make, and so silica is very good. Pectin is mainly a collagen, and it helps with the joints and everything. You know, NAC actually accumulates around the spike proteins and deactivates them so they don't cause damage, and the NAC helps with smoothing out the edges of the sharpness of the graphene oxide that act like little razor blades going by and cutting up things. Okay, Violet's great question. Living a happy, abundant life in the 5D. How does that compare to an abundant life in 3D? You know, the biggest difference is here we have to work for it. When we're in the 5D, we can create it instantly. We can just snap our finger and have whatever we desire. We'll have those powers, so that's the difference. Okay, is there an updated estimate of the year date Ascension will occur? I'm still getting April 2026. I love being able to pepper you with questions. Well, thanks a lot, Helen. For those of us new to this work, please explain or direct us to learn more about the 24-strand DNA process you mentioned. The 24-strand process, shoot me an email. I'll shoot you. The process is you read it with faith and love in your heart and a belief that it's going to happen. And guess what happens? You start creating perfected DNA just by reading it every day. And you can even speed up the process. I had one guy in Florida, he was doing it 12 times a day, and his wife called me up saying, hey, something's wrong with my husband. He's running around, he's acting like he's a young kid again. And I said, well, what is he doing? She says, oh, he's doing the 24-strand DNA all day long, and he's just loving it. And that's what it does to you. It heals your body, and then your DNA starts spinning and getting your Merkabas going and your pyramidal structures. And let me tell you, it's the way we're going to ascend. Okay, so can we, with our intention and intuition, neutralize the jabs before they are used? Yes, we can. Does our present help in any way when we have raised our DNA? Yes, our present increases. So just know it's very, very, very good for our bodies. Now, we're done with the questions. Save, if you have more questions, write them down, save them for next time. We're going to do this every week on Thursday. And we're going to have a little lesson too. So just know everything is happening in the now. We need to focus our energy in the now. We don't need to mess in the past, mess in the future. Be present in the now and here, because it's the most powerful thing you can do is be present in this body in the now and create perfected DNA, perfect your body through making the regeneration. Now, one of the things that Seth said to me, use your powers every day and say, I am creating regeneration. I am creating regeneration. I am creating regeneration. I create regeneration. I create regeneration. I create regeneration. Use the law of threes. You create what you set your intent and mind to do. So let's give you a blessing. In the name of the Almighty, I am that I am, and by virtue of the great divine director who directed me to bless all the humans on and off planet Earth, we send out the energy into the universe, the multiverse, wherever there are humans. We desire and create 24 strands of perfected DNA back into all the human beings throughout the universe. We create the perfection here in our earth of all the humans, creating 24 strands of perfected DNA. And we ask that God be with each one of us, that we bring God back into our hearts, our minds, and our souls, that we create all the energy following God's laws and plans. We create all of the goodness, the kindness, the benevolence, the joy, the peace, the happiness, the compassion of love within each of us, all of the humans. And we rid the planet of the negativity, the evil that's going on, and we stop it now, and we create the goodness and kindness and benevolence of God. We bless each and every one of you that your bodies will be strong and healthy, that your minds will be in alignment with the love, wisdom, and will of God. Thy will be done, not my will be done. And we create perfection in the earth now, in this present moment. We ask these blessings be upon all of you and all of humanity. In the name of the Almighty, I am that I am, and in the name of Yeshua ben Joseph, also known as Jesus the Christ, and all the other ascended beings of light and love, so be it, so it is. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next week.